with National Signing Day just 2 short weeks away. We thought we'd get you ready here at Seminoles.com, coming up with everything football for National Signing Day alongside Seminoles.com senior writer Brandon Miller. I'm Scott Kotick, and Brandon, time to talk a little bit of defense today. We mentioned the defense does win championships. It is the one kind of constant that really can get you from a certain level to the next level. Well, for Florida State, defensive line is the key.
It is. Coach Fisher obviously is an offensive coach by nature, but he says it all the time. Defense wins championships. He wants to build this team around his defense. We saw this team this year finish 4th in total defense at the end of the year. So the foundation is there to get better and better and better. And you go out now, you bring in a signing class full of talented guys that are going to come in, help right away, give you depth, contribute like we saw Timmy Jernigan do this season. So a lot to be excited about, and it's really important to follow along and see who comes in and joins the fold here at Florida State.
One thing we've seen the past couple of years is that freshmen do make an instant impact. In 2011, it was Brandon's favorite player, Timmy Jernigan, that made the instant impact. In 2010, it was LaMarcus Joyner, Christian Jones. Freshmen are going to play right away, and I think as we get ready for all the recruits to come in just a few short weeks, we're going to see that out of Florida State next year.
Yeah, we will. Timmy Jernigan is a perfect example. He came in, he didn't start a bunch of games, but he still finished with the most tackles of any D tackle on the roster. So a freshman can make an impact. He was a freshman All-American. You're expected to play if you come to Florida State. You're expected to have an impact. You're expected to go out there, do what you're supposed to do, and be a part of the game plan. So if whatever guys do sign with Florida State, we can't say them specifically now. We can say it on February 1st, signing day. If they come to Florida State, they better be ready to go, and I think that they've been told that in their recruiting process.
And this is just a short preview to get all you ready for what we can expect. And I think when we talk about defense, the one area of concern might be is how do you replace a number of starters? You replace Nigel Bradham, a 4-year starter, led the team in tackles for 3 straight seasons, the first to do that since Shade Tree. Marvin Jones himself did that. You replaced Terrence Parks. Talk about the positions the Seminoles really need to address in recruiting.
Well, D-line is obviously critical because, granted, you get Brandon Jenkins back, Bjorn Warner's there, Tank Carradine. These guys are coming back. But you're talking about Carradine and Jenkins. That's 1 year left of eligibility, and who knows what Warner will do. With another big year, he could be going to the NFL. So not only are you getting depth on the D-line for this year, but you're doing it for years to come. And then at linebacker, it's a big deal to get some new guys to come in. We have guys on the roster who can help replace Nigel Bradham. And then in the secondary, Mike Harris, Terrence Parks, they're gone. Guys need to really step up. So again, it's all about getting depth, and you hope that you hit on enough guys that are good that can play right away as well.
Make sure you read Brandon's full story. This is just a short preview. He's got much more in-depth stuff. We don't have time to discuss everything. Brandon, what was the one thing that might have stood out to you when you looked at the overall defense, when you were writing this article, you might have said, hey, this is what fans can really be excited about next year?
Well, this thing I wrote today, I'm kind of just trying to make a guess as to how many guys this team's going to try to sign and bring in. And, I'm looking down the roster. FSU has some really good depth already. So you got to feel good about their chances. And you kind of look at it in a way, as far as 2012 goes, whoever comes in with this signing class, just kind of icing on the cake. And then you start thinking about the future. But Florida State is a really good defensive effort. We saw this past season. They should get better the new year. A lot to be excited about.
Next week, we'll talk a little offense, switch sides of the ball. National Signing Day, hard to believe, is February 1st, just 2 weeks from now. Great stuff going on at Seminoles.com. Again, we are the official source. Once a guy signs with Florida State, we'll be the first to update you. Great stuff going on. Not going to want to miss a second of the action. Of course, it all culminates when you go over to DeVoe Moore's Antique Car Museum. Jimbo Fisher's National Signing Day party should be a great event.
It should be. I'm excited. This is my Super Bowl. I love following recruiting. Love seeing the new guys that are going to come in. And you just got to be excited about these new guys because they want to come to Florida State. And I hope everybody shows up at the Car Museum on February 1st. It's going to be a great event. You get to hear the assistant coaches talk. You get to hear Jimbo Fisher talk about these new guys. See a highlight video. You get a handout of information on these guys. So really, if you haven't got your tickets yet, do it soon and get them at Seminoles.com.
For Brandon Miller, I'm Scott Kotick. We'll see you next week, everybody.